Hello and welcome to our US Open tennis discussion here at 5K Tennis. Today is Tuesday, August 27, 2019, and we are on show 116. Hola, bienvenido a otra discusión del US Open acá en 5K Tennis. Hoy es martes, agosto 27 de 2019 y estamos en el programa 116.
Let's go! Wonderful introduction. So we're going to finish up with round one action, and there are a lot of really tough fantasy team competitions that are going on right now.
Yes.
There are a lot, and I won't spend too much time on that because it's still early. But if you keep up with the channel, I tell you what, there are some competitors out there with fantasy teams that are grinding. Am I right?
Yes. I was doing really good till Sangha. Yikes.
Right now, I would just want to give a quick shout out to 5 players that are still currently, as of right now, undefeated and haven't lost anyone on their fantasy teams. Remind everyone that just because you may have lost 1 or 2 people, if you do have more players seated outside the top 20, then you can come back with vengeance relatively quickly. However, as of right now, and I think just to give you a context of where we are right now, I think it's 4-4 in the third set of the Coco Gauff and Potapova match. So that's as of right now. But as of right now, the only 5 people undefeated on the fantasy team sweepstakes or prize giveaway for a YTEX shirt, boom, bam, 5K tennis shirt, or 2 sets of YTEX strings are the following. Here are the 5 undefeated players as of now. Gimme Lade, what's up? Hitchhiker, let's go Hitchhiker, but I think Hitchhiker needs Humbert to win. I think Humbert is praying for a 5th set at this point, so we can check that. What's up, Hitchhiker? George Thomas, what? I think George Thomas needs Shapovalov to proceed to beat.
He's doing good so far. He's won the first 2 sets.
I think George Thomas as well needs Nick Kyrgios to do well, as well as Donna Vekic, like a lot of us as well need to ditto. JMP 1966, very strong team that JMP 1966 has. He has an undefeated team with very few players seated in the top 20, so he's got 2 points match wins all over the place. So JMP 1966 is sitting strong.
I think that Coco match just ended. I think.
Maybe so, but it was 4-4 just a little while ago in the third set. Also, by the way, myself, Carla, and a handful of others only have 1 loss, and a lot of players that are going to be gaining 2 points per match win. I only lost Garcia. I think she lost Tsonga. But anyway, so first round fantasy team is almost done. And next show, we will, let's say, do top 3. The top 3 points, the top 3 players that have the most points after round 1, I think we'll do on tomorrow's show. All right? Everyone is still alive for the tennis racket giveaway. Again, a Yonex V-Core 97. The same frame, or not the exact same frame like was in his hand frame, but Wawrinka used this racket. Big shout out to Gabe Perkins, Natasha May for making that racket happen in the first place. As always, big shout out to Ivor Savage and everyone on Team YTEX for the shirts and the strings to give away for the fantasy team. So what's up? Let's go. What's love out there? Feeling big things today. Big things.
You think Federer felt big things last night?
I tell you what, last night I was rooting for that kid Nagal. Not Nadal, but Nagal, the young Indian kid. Much props to that kid. You fell asleep. She was like this.
You know what? I
was watching.
I saw Nagal win the first set, and I told Justin he has so much energy. I said it's so hard to keep that intensity, that energy throughout 3 out of 5 sets. And I said against someone like Federer, it's going to be tough to do, and I was right.
Okay.
And that's why I went to sleep. Great first set. Yeah. Second set was great. I saw Federer win the second set. After that, I said it's done.
Look, I'm a big Federer fan, but last night, I kid you not, and hopefully I'm not committing some...
And I said, how could you say that knowing that if Federer...
I was like, let's go Nagal, let's go!
If Federer loses, then Djokovic's draw just even opens up more.
I wanted that kid to win. For real. But for some reason, I just felt like I wanted that kid to win last night. He put up a good fight in the first round. And should be congratulated by anyone that is serving in his player's box. because that kid put up a fight, period. And then to drop 2 straight sets and still put up a 6-4 in the fourth.
Different. Well, he had nothing to lose and a lot
Big
of bills
thing.
to pay.
Real quickly, don't forget that for these fantasy teams, if you're playing anyone out there, I think we have close to 30 applicants just because I announced the top 5 undefeated people or top 4. At this point now, it's irrelevant. It's just irrelevant. So big things to happen moving forward on the fantasy teams. Second, real quickly, Carla and I had an interesting morning this morning. As you all know, if you follow this channel, we are tennis coaches. And we have some inclement weather at times here in Dauphin Island, Alabama. So if you see some of my kind of off-the-wall weather videos, you'll get why.
Should I show them the pictures?
Yeah, we should show them the pictures. So this morning, Carla and I were awoken to a thunderstorm, and we went out to our courts where we teach, and this is what we found. Let's go. What is that, Carla?
That's our tent. One of our tents.
We have 2 tents.
Yep, got crushed.
Crushed. What's up?
Here's the other one. Bye-bye. Well, at least the top.
That's the other side.
Here's the course, the lovely mess we had to pick up.
Loved it.
Yep.
Got a workout in.
Yep, I think that's the only pictures you sent me.
I think there was 4, but nonetheless, they get the picture. So it was an interesting morning, hence the late start on the show today.
Yeah, here's a better one.
Oh.
Yeah, total demolition there. Yep, but then when we finished it, it all looked great.
So anyway, sorry for the late start, but that is what Carla and I were dealing with. So we are going to start a fundraiser for the new canopies.
No, we're not.
I'm kidding. All right, nonetheless.
Actually, it wasn't Barbara and Bear Wharton.
Barbara and Bear
They're
Wharton,
the ones
that's
who
right.
put up the canopies. They were nice enough to put up
Not just this set. This is the second set.
This is the 1, 2, 3. Now they're
This is the second set. Going on the third set.
Going on the third set, and they were nice enough to put these tents up, put the name 5K Tennis, and they got destroyed again.
Yeah, much love to Bear and Barbara out there, Wharton, for putting.
If it wasn't for them, those tents would not be up. Really.
Yeah, and I couldn't say it any better than that. So they're going on their third set of canopies. So hopefully the third set lasts longer than the second set and the first set. Let's go. All right, so real quickly, we move forward from that. So the first topic I'm going to bring up is just something comical and quick. An article I read earlier today was that Tag Heuer, the beautiful watch brand, you know, like bling bling. Every time I come around the city, bling bling. That type of bling, Tag Heuer, nice bling, had announced their first or their next 3 sponsorships for the upcoming tennis year. And so I'm going to mention those 3 players right now. We have Alex de Minaur, the young Australian player. Not that young anymore. Francis Tiafoe, and we have Felix Auger-Aliassime. Okay? Congratulations to them. I think, are they deserving of that? I think all of them are. I think they fought for a long time. I think Felix would be the most deserving of that,
yes,
regardless of what happens with Shapovalov.
Absolutely, yeah. He's not doing too hot right now.
Tiafoe, I'm not quite sure that he is in the caliber of athlete of even someone such as, say, Rublev or even Shapovalov or a lot of others. So maybe I don't really grasp that one too much. De Minaur, kind of on the same vibe as Tiafoe. You know, been around, that's cool. Maybe some Australian diversity in there, but I don't really see, I guess out of the 3, if you had to choose on a fantasy team, if you had to choose Felix Auger-Aliassime, Francis Tiafoe, or De Minaur on your fantasy team to have for 5 years as a constant
I'd go
pick.
with Felix, of course.
You would go with Felix.
Yeah, I think any of us would. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, are there any other players besides De Minaur or Francis Tiafoe within that age group that you could pick that you would rather have on your fantasy team?
You got Tsitsipas, you got Rublev, who we watched play today.
Medvedev,
a lot of potential,
maybe
Medvedev. There's a lot better players than those players.
But anyway, good job for these guys to land contracts. Again, if I had to choose one of those 3, it would be Felix Auger-Aliassime. But great job to all of them. Second quick topic is the absolute ridiculousness of the Camila Giorgi handshake as she finished her match with back foot, hitting off the back foot forehand. Superhero woman Sakari.
Yeah, Camila Giorgi's handshake lost 6-1, 6-0 to Sakari. They came up to the net. You know, Sakari sticks out her hand like all sportsmen, you know, all athletes do when you win or lose. And it looked like Georgia kind of like pushed her hand away or pushed her away or like didn't really want to shake her hand and just walked away pouting. I thought terrible sportsmanship for this girl. She's very bratty. I mean, she hasn't really had a good reputation. I saw some older videos of her doing it to Wozniacki as well. So she's feisty. I mean, we've known that her dad is kind of a loony. Doesn't really get along with people. Been kicked out of stadiums. Her father owes a lot of money to American coaches. I don't know. I don't know what Georgie expects by doing that. I don't know. You just get a bad reputation. Nobody wants to be your friend. You lose, you should lose gracefully. It sucks to lose, but don't be a sore loser.
For me, fundamentally, the most important part of the tennis game that we play, or that we live to breathe, and that we're either raised upon or we find a passion for and we breathe upon it at that point, is the handshake at the end of the match. I'm sorry, but again, I'll use, because I don't want to project something that I wouldn't do to... how do I rephrase it? Let me use my own kids as an example. If I was ever watching any of my 5 kids, even a 3-year-old at a tennis tournament that snubbed the handshake, whether they won or lost at the end of the match, it'd be a really rough ride on the way home, would it not?
Yes.
There's no need for it. It's a game. It's a battle. I understand it at the same time. But when you snub a handshake at the end of the match, you're a schmuck. There's an old saying, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, you know what? It's a duck. Camila Giorgi looked like a duck. She lost, she snubbed the handshake, she pouted, she waltzed off the court like a duck. What's a duck is a duck is a duck is a duck. Quack, quack, quack. You look like a quack. Next topic. However, snubbing a handshake is beyond a clown or a jester type example of conduct. It's absolutely whack, so I'm going to call it quack. I give Georgia looks like a duck, sounds like a duck. Your handshake was a duck.
Pretty girl, makes her look nasty.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Go hang out with, what's her name? Bouchard. Take a swimsuit shoot picture together and quack like a duck. But I'll stick more with the tennis court stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Just saying.
Yes.
If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, is a duck. The handshake was a schmuck.
Well, 6-1, 6-0 is brutal, but
Pounded.
still, you should have at least shook her hand.
Got pounded.
Yeah.
Don't hate her. Don't hate. Congratulate. Don't hate.
I'm surprised Sakari didn't beat her up with those muscles, too.
Shoot. So Sakari didn't do a...
I'm surprised she didn't go after the match, and go to the locker room and put her against the locker or something.
Yeah, do you think Sakari would have gotten fined if she would have walked over there and Georgie snubbed the handshake and she was like, no, hold up, girl. Hold up. You can't snub that shake. Grabbed her by the hair, flipped over backwards, stood up on the top rope of the net cord like Ric Flair. Boom! DDT to her, going, what's up?
You just spit all over the
It's
table.
all right. That's how I roll. Intensity. Shoot. What's that guy's name? Jimmy, what's the guy, Superfly Jimmy Snuka?
I don't know.
Superfly Georgie off the, wow, backbreaker.
Let's get to the next topic.
Let's go.
All right, next topic is Juan Ignacio Londero. As we know, he beat Sam Querrey. He's from Argentina. I thought his interview was really cute. The commentator, he doesn't know much English, by the way. He speaks Spanish. He's from Argentina. The commentator asked him, so what's going on through your mind after you beat Sam Querrey? And he tried to answer the question, and he said, my English is so bad, all people understand. I'm happy for the match today. Congrats for Sam, and see you tomorrow. Sorry, bye-bye. I thought it was cute. Made us all laugh, and I said, you know what, here's this guy. He tried really hard, to give his answer. It was just cute.
Okay, so we got on this subject. This was kind of a funny thing. If you're kind of gringo, as she would say, like I am, and I would have read the translation, it's almost like you're reading like, I beat you, get lost, bye, see ya. And that's comical. It wasn't like that at all. However, with that said, Carla, can you by chance say what he said in Spanish? Can you
He didn't say it in Spanish.
But can you try to translate what he said back? If you were him and you had to say what you said in Spanish, what would you say?
If I had to translate in Spanish,
Yeah.
mi inglés es malo, para la gente que me entiende, estoy feliz con este match. I don't know. I don't know.
Think about it and just say it without looking. So if you had to say his story, what would you say?
I don't know.
There's the crowd.
I can't think right now.
Come on,
and
bust
I'm
it out.
supposed to be teaching Spanish soon.
Bust it out. Come on. Yeah, she's got a Spanish class she's got to teach for the first time next week. So hit that. Let's go.
Felicidades, Sam Querrey. Y los veo mañana. Adios.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Positive reinforcement. All right. Real quickly, Carla, that was a job extremely well done. Well, let's real quickly before we get into the rest of round one.
We had some matches last night. We did. We had some matches last night. We had Hubert Hurkacz, who went down to the very Jeremy Chardy in 5 sets. So I think a few of you picked him, or a few of us thought that Hurkacz would do real well since he won the Winston-Salem being pair. This is what usually happens. I think Wildlife One asked me, hey, what do you think of players playing a tournament right before a Grand Slam? And I told him it's a terrible idea because usually anybody who wins a small tournament before any Grand Slam ends up losing in the first round, which is what happened with Hurkacz, which is what happened with Georgie. She went out first round. Pair, well, he got through his match, but he had a much easier match. I guess he was tired. Tough for him because, at the U.S. Open, you want to do good at the end of the year. And he went out in 5 sets.
I think what dictates what tournaments we play or what tournaments we do not play is in the hand of the bills that we owe. I don't think Georgie or any other player, who did you just mention that one? Hurkacz.
Yes.
Fine player. Truly a fine player.
I thought he was going to do well.
Truly a fine player. There is a toll that the body takes for playing a lot of tournaments. There is a toll.
Look at Tsitsipas, first round again.
We'll get into that match, but Rublev played a fine match, and
I was impressed by him.
Rublev is a fine player, and that gets into another poll question. If you had to choose a fantasy team player for the next 5 years, Rublev or Tsitsipas, who would you choose? I would still kind of lean on the shoulders of Tsitsipas.
Yes.
But back to the Hurkacz match. Fine player he is. He dug deep. And any player that's not, again, and we talked about this and we'll move forward, that's not in the top 10 or 20 in the world without a very sizable sponsorship contract, unless you're Kyrgios, that's really good at theatrics, it's really hard to get by. So any place that you get a seating for a tournament and a favorable draw to win money to pay for your lodging, coaches, tennis strings, outfits if you don't already have them from a sponsor, etc., it takes its toll. So I don't think anybody picks or chooses the tournaments they want to play unless they're the top 10 or 20 in the world. That's all I'm saying. Yes, Hurkacz tired. I think there's other players that have been tired that have been expendable.
Taylor Fritz lost.
Taylor Fritz is another one.
Tennis as well. Felix Auger-Aliassime
and even Felix.
is another one.
Did he lose to Shapovalov?
No, they're in the 3rd set still.
So good match.
Another match that we got to see was Roger Federer play last night against, like you said, Nagal. I was looking at his first name. I'm sorry. It's Sumit Nagal. He was playing against a player who won $37,000 total this year as career prize money. This player, he had a nice game. He hit both sides, he had nice angles, hit with pace. He was fun to watch, actually.
Not just a nice game, he was electric.
He was electric.
And may I say this, and we won't spend too much time on this. The match transpired yesterday, and we have a whole bunch of matches to plod through here today. Federer looked grandfatherish last night.
He's a shave.
Look, I tip my hat, and all due respect, Usny style, right? Usny style to the young kid Nagal, not Nadal, Nagal, but Usny salute to him. He played electric lights out. However, Federer looked like he had seen many a better days.
But it's his first round. We've seen Barty,
yeah,
we've seen Osaka, we've seen Pliskova not play well, and now Federer.
I get that. The entire first set that Roger played, though, he couldn't buy a shot in the court. He was missing balls everywhere. I'm sorry, but you're not going to have an opportunity to play like that against even the next round match. Who does he play next? Is it like Londero or something? Doesn't Federer play Londero? Federer plays Jumur next. Anyway, he might have an easier time with Jumur than he did with Nagal. He did a very good job, this kid. I wish the best for Nagal.
Yes, same thing here. Feliciano Lopez, the veteran, takes out, some of you guys had him, Taylor Fritz, your 26th seed.
I told you.
In 4 sets.
I told you. I called that. I told you.
I didn't pick Fritz for that reason, but because Feliciano Lopez could be dangerous. I mean, he's a veteran. He's a lefty. He knows how to come into the net. He loves the U.S. Open. He's a hardcourt guy, not really a clay court guy. One-handed backhand, correct?
Yeah, and a lefty.
And Taylor Fritz, just his shots weren't effective. He looked tired. He's been playing too much tennis.
Feliciano is one of my all-time favorite tennis. I don't know if Feliciano ever beat Federer. I think maybe Federer beat him like 19 times in a row. I don't know if you can look that up. Doesn't matter. I think it's somewhere in there, maybe 17-2, but I think it's a bagel in all the matches. But he would play some matches against Roger that were just very beautiful to watch in a sense. So to see a young Fritz match up against Feliciano, a seasoned veteran, in my opinion, could be a Hall of Fame tennis player, but again, we never want to slam. That's a good question. Is Feliciano Lopez a future Hall of Fame tennis player?
He's not.
You don't think so?
No.
Not at all.
No, I think David Ferrer had a better career than him.
You don't think David Ferrer's a Hall of Famer?
No.
I do. You don't think David Ferrer's a Hall of Famer? Oh, thank you for the light. See, Carla knows what's up.
It was going into our eyes, so.
Good call. We ran into that before and squandered a whole video.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a great poll question.
David Ferrer is, yes, because wasn't he at one point a top 3? I don't think Feliciano...
Top 4. I think he was 4 in the world.
I don't think Feliciano Lopez had a higher ranking than him. I don't think so.
How about this? If David Ferrer, in the best shape in the prime of his life, played Feliciano Lopez in the best shape in the prime of his life, who would you take?
Ferrer.
I think for me it would depend upon surface. If it was clay, I would take Ferrer. If it was any other surface, I think I would take. Now remember, it was Ferrer and Almagro that used Nicolas Almagro, the guy that went away and we never saw really too much of. Another one-handed backhand striker. That they were on scene together. You know, it was like Almagro, Ferrer, Ferrer. Next thing we see Almagro, he's like heavy. You know what I mean? He makes you come back.
Injuries. Yes. Well.
Anyway, but moving forward, a great topic though. Great topic.
We know that Milos Raonic was replaced by a lucky loser, Kamil Majkruczak from Poland, who beat last night Nicolas Jarry. And some people didn't get to exchange their picks, so good win for this guy from Poland.
Yeah.
I just had to mention it because I think there's 2 of you that stuck with the lucky loser.
Well, 2 of them didn't stick with him. I think they were just stuck with him.
Well, you guys got 2 points.
But they got 2 points off the lucky loser. Great job there.
Serena Williams was another match. So much hype over this match against Maria Sharapova. Well, it ended in 58 minutes, under an hour. 6-1, 6-1, total demolition. She destroyed her. Of course, Sharapova's serve failed her. And the outfit was atrocious.
Yeah, you know,
Yesterday I voted, who was it? Eugenie Bouchard for the outfit. This outfit was worse.
Wait, you had a topic. You started a topic yesterday. It was the worst outfit award.
Yeah, she wins it for yesterday because there is a worse outfit today.
So can you show pictures of these?
For yesterday, for Serena, I do have it, yes.
Well, you could probably just find it, like search for it, right?
I have it, yeah.
But I saw an outfit today that was preposterous. And it was Andreescu's outfit. So whose is this?
This is Serena's from last night.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Vote on it. Does this deserve to be the worst outfit?
Yes.
Okay.
Horrendous.
Now go ahead and show Andreescu's that I sent you earlier. Okay, now this is Andreescu. Now let's keep in mind we always talk about fitness too. Is this that? Now check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Okay, now there was one more that was quite astounding, wasn't there? Who was it? Who is this? Who is that? Who is that?
Andreescu.
Okay, so where's the other picture?
I showed them both already.
Yeah, so the outfits here are climbing.
That's horrible. To wear at a match, I don't know what Nike's thinking. These 2 outfits are just horrendous. First of all, Serena, she could wear that. She wore a catsuit outfit.
No, keep talking.
I already showed both pictures. We don't need to show more pictures of this horrendous outfit. You proved your point that she doesn't look fit here.
Ooh.
Anyways, she wore this like long sleeve catsuit like. She wore this at the U.S. Open many years ago.
I'm sorry. Everyone gives me grief because I say she's not fit.
Oh my God. Justin.
Look, I like her as a tennis player. I do. But I'm really partial to staying fit. I just am. I really like her as a tennis player. I really like her as a young lady. But my question to myself is, where's physio, where's trainer, where's our dietitian? We've won Indian Wells and gee whiz, what was it, Cincinnati? Rogers Cup. I mean, you've got millions in the bank at this point. You've got endorsements. We need trainer physio now. Or I don't know how the knees and the body is going to react when you're 25, 26. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but going back,
I like the girl a lot.
Both outfits are horrendous. Serena, for her to wear that outfit, maybe Sharapova would have looked better in it. I mean, she's just not fit yet to wear that outfit. And then her husband had an interesting shirt on.
He dare, it was like, I dare. Oh, what is dare? Dare is like something where you're against
drugs.
Using drugs or any type of chemical. So it is kind of an odd question, or not an odd question, but an interesting question. Is it kind of suspect that since Sharapova came back from suspension after testing, I think it was positive to bromium or something, that she hasn't done much else, or maybe she's just gotten older and tennis just passed her by? Is it suspect?
She never fixed her serve. It is suspect. They did ask her about her career, and she's going to keep playing, but to me, it looked like her career is over, honestly.
Fair enough.
There was a lot of hype on this. You said that Serena could lose. I didn't think so. When you have someone 19-2, and Sharapova's serve always fails her, and she can't seem to get consistent wins, it's tough for her. I mean, I'm sure she feels down. I felt bad for her, honestly. But, I think Sharapova, she's just fine. She's got the sponsor. She's got her company. She'll be just fine.
Serena's going to get through McNally, I would assume, pretty quickly.
Sure, the 17-year-old.
Serena's going to get through Sue Shea, I think, pretty quickly. I like Sue Shea's outfit, though, if you didn't see that. Kind of the whole U.S. Open
from
get up.
3 years ago, yeah.
However, when Serena gets into the likes of Swiatek or Martic or Sevitsova, I think things will change a bit. I'm not saying Serena will lose, but right now I'm liking Martic a lot. I'm liking Swiatek a lot, and they will be in her way at some point.
Okay. That was it for last night's matches.
All right, so let's do this for, we're still in round one. Let's try to blow through.
I'm only going to talk about a few matches.
Notable matches.
Notable matches. Today was, of course, the number 1 seed Naomi Osaka, who played against Anna Blinkova from Russia. This went all the way to 3 sets. By the way, she got voted today for the best outfit.
You like the outfit?
I mean, I like it.
Can you show that outfit?
No, I'm not going to show it.
It was a nice outfit.
It's
going to take
too much time.
I mean, Naomi Osaka outfit.
We're never going to get through the show at this if I start showing everybody's outfits,
love
Justin.
this girl. Let's go.
Jeez.
Love you like a firecracker.
Even my son's telling me. Come on now.
Come on. Shoot, she's like a firecracker over here. That YTEX shirt looks like snap, crackle, pow. She's right there. There's her outfit right there.
Yeah, but you can't really see that from there.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, this man.
She always says 1, 2, 3. What do you want to do? 1, 2, 3.
Guys.
I do everything. 1, 2, 3.
There's Osaka's outfit. It looked better from the back. It doesn't give it justice,
She did pretty good with that outfit.
But her game was not good today.
She got through the match, though.
Yeah.
She got through the match. The girl she was playing, Blinkova. Mm-hmm. She played lights out. I think she got tight a little bit in the third set, had some injury stuff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, her knee again.
So, I mean, ultimately, great match by her. Osaka started slow and finished not quite as slow, but I still think Osaka will be fine in her next match.
I hope so, because they got to have her going all the way to the final. She will face Magda Linette from Poland, who took out Sharma. Also, the next match I have to mention that just finished is Coco Gauff takes out Anastasia Potapova in 3 sets. You guys said no. A lot of you, I said she will win her first round and then have a difficult time in the second round. But guess what? Carlos Suarez Navarro retires from her match after the first set against Babos. So she will face Babos and now has a great chance of getting to the second round.
Yeah. Favorable move for Coco Gauff here. I thought that Potapova, admittedly so, would beat her, and I thought Potapova would beat her in straight sets. It looked that way after the first.
But the crowd, you could tell the U.S. Open, the American crowd, or, well, it's not American crowd because let's be real, New York is it's a multi-pot, but the crowd at the U.S. Open helped her big time.
Now, Tomeo Babos, who Coco Gauff will face next, a Hungarian girl.
Does not have a good game. She's beatable.
But she's beatable, but she's also been around. So sometimes we have to look at experience. I think that Coco Gauff in this match is still the underdog. I hope she wins, obviously. But I still think that she is going to be an underdog, in my opinion, against Babos.
I don't think so.
The same way I think she was an underdog.
No, I don't think so. Not against Babos.
Look, she keeps riding the wave, and that's great. But I still think that because of her age, that she's the slight underdog here. I hope she wins. Great, but that will come to a stop, in my opinion, against Osaka.
Against Osaka, absolutely. I would just mention a few seeds. Annette Kontaveit, your 21 seed, moves on today.
Big pick. I have her on my draw.
Sarah Sorribes Tormo and will face Aja Tomljanovic, who beat, as some of you had, Marie Buskova, who did well at Rogers Cup. She played against Serena, so she went down today. Belinda Bencic.
And doesn't Buskova train at IMG Academy? Or
I'm not sure.
I think Buskova was the girl that trains at not the IMG Bollettieri, same thing, I think, in the nutshell. I think
I don't know. I couldn't even give you an answer.
I'm fairly certain.
Your next seed that moves on is Belinda Bencic. Your number 13 seed from Switzerland moves on. Vekic has not played. Julia Gorgas had a tough battle, 3 sets against Natalia Viglianseva. I thought that Viglianseva would have a chance, but Gorgas moves on. Kiki Bertens, your 7 seed, moves on as well. And so does Simona Halep in 3 sets against the American Nicole Gibbs. We heard her story. She had a fight through cancer, came back, looked in shape, played well, took her to 3 sets. Halep will face another American, Taylor Townsend, the lefty player.
Taylor Townsend is another big hitting player. However, just like Andreescu, in my opinion, not hating, just saying, that fitness becomes suspect with some of these girls. When you are playing Simona Halep, as fit as she is, if you are not ready to rock and roll and run all day long like it's nothing, thank you, man, I have another. Next point, 40 shots. This point, 40 shots. Next shot, 40 shots. Next shot, 35 shots. Next shot, drop shot. Next shot, 40 shots. If you're not ready to do that with Halep, then I think it's going to be a long day at the office. I think Halep wins easily. If not easily, she wins, 6-3.
I think she'll win in 2 sets.
Yeah, she should. Good luck to Townsend, but I think, again, as always, I'm a stickler for fitness.
Carolina Wozniacki, your 19 seed, moves on against Yafan Wang. Someone had Yafan Wang from China in 3 sets, and she will face the American Danielle Collins, who took out Polona Herzog in 3 sets, which I said would happen. Someone lost Herzog. I remember that.
Who do you take in that match? Do you take Danielle Collins?
I take Danielle Collins, absolutely.
I guess I would too.
Yes.
Just because she's a bigger ball striker.
Yes, absolutely. Bianca Andreescu moves on pretty quickly, 6-2, 6-4 against Katie Volinets from the USA, and will face the veteran Kirsten Flipkens.
You might think I'm crazy. But Flipkens can be tricky. She can throw everything in the book at you. She can hit with 2 hands on one side, 2 hands on the other side, one hand here, 1 hand there. She can do some tricky stuff. Flipkens is the Tripkins. Watch out for Flipkens. Flipkens could end Andreescu's the chance at a second week. I'm not saying it'll happen. So don't. What are you talking about, dude? Don't be shocked if it's a close match. Put it that way. And it may be too close for comfort.
Yeah. Another good match was Jelena Ostapenko takes out Alexander Krunic from Serbia, 6-3, 7-6. And she will face what I said in the show. If you guys watched the first show before the first ball struck, Alison Riss from the USA takes out Garbine Muguruza from Spain in 3 sets and will face Ostapenko. I had Riss.
I got Ostapenko. Showdown.
I think Riss will win. She's an American turf.
You want to take some action on that?
Sure.
Let's go. Shoot.
Next match, Elise Mertens. By the way, Garbine Muguruza reminds me of a Sharapova. They don't think out there. They just hit the ball to hit the ball. No one taught them that, hey, you can mix it in. You can slice. You can take the pace off. You can maybe add some more spin and angle. She just hits the ball. That's it. Elise Mertens moves on in 2 sets and is waiting the winner of the Diane Parry and Kristina Pliskova. By the way, your girl, Andrea Petkovic from Germany, defeats Mikhail Busarnescu and will face Petra Kvitova, who took out Denisa Alertova from the Czech Republic.
I always liked Petkovic because she was always positive on the court. She would get trounced, but she'd still be dancing. Like, I got beat, but I can still get down. So sometimes she would get wild cards, like, let's name some players. They get wild cards now to do things that are near as nice as what Petkovic did. Bouchard, let's say Kornikova back in the day before even internet.
I don't know.
I'm surely there's a big populous list. But Petkovic found ways to get into tournaments playing well, at the same time also throwing out a few dance moves. So that's why I like Pekovic. However, Kvitova will trounce her 2-2.
Yes. On to the men's.
Let's go.
Number 8 seed, Stefanos Tsitsipas. By the way, this one was voted to me the best match of the day so far. From Greece goes down to Andrei Rublev from Russia in 4 sets. We watched this match from the beginning to the end. Both 21-year-olds battled it. We saw Tsitsipas cramping. We saw him go at the umpire. He told the umpire, "You are all weirdos. You're trying something against me." He took many bathroom breaks. He just looked bothered. Didn't look like himself. Looked like he played too much tennis. He even said, "I'm not inspired." Rublev, though, gave it to him. He was serving for the match, lost that game. Tsitsipas got broken, and then Rublev served again and won in the 4th set. I never really paid attention to Andrei Rublev before, but after this match, I would say, to me, he's better than Medvedev, honestly. He's got a lot more firepower, grunts a lot, but I think he came from the Nadal Academy. But I like him.
Rublev
He's feisty.
Rublev reminds me of kind of the attitude, not the game, but the attitude of kind of like a feisty Danielle Collins mixed with Coco Vandeweghe, mixed with some Sevitsova, mixed with some potty mouth Putin Seva, but with the lankiness of neither or none. He shows up when he plays. He can play. He's still very young, but if he can play at that level,
yes,
all the time, top 10 player for sure.
Absolutely,
top 10 player for sure, if not top 5. A good performance by him today.
I did not put Tsitsipas on my thing because I saw Rublev and I said Rublev's beaten him before, and I said this is gonna be a tough match to get out.
Yeah, Rublev to me is still a little wiry, a little lanky. I think still again fitness. I harp on some of the girls. I'm gonna harp on some of the guys. Just like Zverev, his spaghetti linguini physique bothers me a little bit moving forward, but. Again, to each their own. Some of my all-time greats, the Bill Tildens, the Pete Samprases.
Lendl was a stick
the Lendls and Stefan Edbergs and the Beckers. I mean, most of those guys had meat on them. Is what I was getting at. Most of them had meat on them, not Linguini.
Not Lendl.
Linguini was. Linguini. Lendl was a pretty tough dude too, though. All I'm saying is the all-time greats tend to not be too stick figure-esque. I'm not saying be big or anything. I'm just saying it looks like he needs to develop a little bit more physically. That's all I'm saying.
He will face Gilles Simon, who took out the American Bjorn Frantangelo. So Rublev has a great opportunity here to move on. Nick Kyrgios has not played tonight. The reason why I had picked Nick Kyrgios to go far was because I thought that Tsitsipas would go down and eventually meet someone like Rublev and win the match. So
a lot of us have Kyrgios on our fantasy teams. Remember, he's a 2-point grabber. Yeah. So a lot of us should be doing big things with Kyrgios. Some
of you picked Matteo Berrettini. He wins in 4 sets against Richard Gasquet. Didn't expect that. I really hadn't seen Berrettini play too much on hard court. It's a good win for him.
One of our competitors picked Berrettini, by the way. Great pick out there. Has anyone noticed ever over the years the custom-made butt on Gasquet's grip on his?
It's horrible.
If you watch him play and you see his tennis racket, you may not pay any attention, but if he lays it down, it has like this custom ring around the bottom of it. That's like this, like a baseball bat. So if you grab the bottom of like a baseball bat, your hand doesn't fly off the bat. So check his grip out. It's quite interesting. I've only ever seen that in my entire life, been around this game, on Gasquet's hand. Check out his grip next time. Anyway.
Berrettini will face Jordan Thompson, who took out João Sousa today. So it should be an interesting match. And really, to me, that's a toss-up match, really.
Yeah, look at the 4 people right here in this little section. Berrettini and Thompson. Papirin and Kukushkin.
Yeah, Kukushkin took out Batista Agut today in 5 sets.
One of these 4 guys is going into the 4th round.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. It's open for Kyrgios if he takes it, or Rublev.
And then look, and that goes to say this entire bottom half is kind of like that. Let's just.
And it just opened more, by the way, because Shapovalov took out Felix Auger-Aliassime in 3 sets.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, too much tennis.
Look, you've been talking about Shapovalov long before we started the show, and you thought he would be great. So I get you like both players, but hey, you talked about Shapovalov before you talked about Felix.
I think Felix has played too much tennis. We said this before at Wimbledon, the same thing. We said these guys, Tsitsipas, Felix, they've played just way too much tennis. They need to take it easy. Too many tournaments.
I mean, you look at the bottom half of this draw.
That's open.
Some of the other players. You have Berrettini, Thompson, Papirin, Kukushkin, Andujar, who won today, Sonego, who won today, Bublik, who won today, Fabiano, that took out TM today. the young Zverev that's down there. But
Zverev actually took 5 sets to get through Alba today. But 5 sets.
Yeah, and Albot is a beast.
5 sets. I thought he was playing Schwartzman for a second.
I thought Albot would beat Zverev. Albot's a crafty guy. He used to have the beard. He was shaving today. Albot can play. But
what about Dominic Thiem going out in the first round?
You know, again, I've never been a big TM guy, only because the technique on the backhand side, he tends to jump up at the ball and hit the backhand. He leaps.
That's too bad. And Kyle Edmund, another one who went down today to Andujar in 5 sets. And some of you guys had Edmund as well.
Yeah, you want to stay down hitting the one-handed backhand. You don't want to leap at it. It becomes erratic. He's been an expert at doing that for a long time, but he has to fix that. He's done better at that over the past couple of years. It's okay on clay because it slows it down a little bit, but if you jump...
Well, I say Thiem will never win a slam either.
But look at this. You have Zverev and Tiafoe.
Yeah, Tiafoe beats Karlovic. Karlovic retires. Badin wins. Pair wins in 3 sets. So Pair could beat Zverev, in my opinion. I took out Pair, giving Tsonga a chance, but Tsonga went out. Yikes, what was I thinking?
What was Tsonga thinking with the silver hair? Did you see the silver hair?
Yes, that was voted the worst hairstyle I had ever seen in my life.
Can you get a picture of that, maybe?
Oh, no, come on, let's just go. No.
Joe Wilfred Tsonga busted out on the court today with silver hair.
It was blonde hair, not silver hair.
It was OBJ, it was Odell Beckham Jr. hair?
It was just terrible.
Or was it Benoit Pierre hair? Those Frenchmen, I tell you what, busting out some silver hair. I thought his name was Silver Surfer for a minute. I was like, what? That's
It just takes too long to do this.
I was like, man, we went from Muhammad Ali hair to Silver Surfer hair. I'm like, how does that even happen? I didn't even really get that one.
Yeah, I don't even have pictures of him.
Look, I like Tsonga a lot. Love him a lot. Tsonga is, correct me if I'm wrong, in the category of the best that never won a major. I'll say some. David Ferrer, we talked about him earlier. I'm going to say Feliciano Lopez on that one as well. Gao Monfils, Tomas Berdych, Tim Henman. Do you find Silver Surfer? Let's go. Is that him?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get down.
That's horrible.
Can I check it out? Oh.
Looks like a tennis ball.
Looks like Q-Tip from the Tribe Called Quest. Microphone check 1 2.
By the way,
what is this?
Another seed goes down, number 9 seed, which is why I didn't pick him. Thor, Haran Hachinov goes down to Pospisil from Canada in 5 sets. Another one that goes out.
Pospisil's been a bandit for a long time. Pospisil back in the day, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Pospisil, another Canadian, right? I think Pospisil got up to 25-30 in the world at one point.
But struggles. He did a whole article how he struggles in tennis, how the lower ranked players really struggle. So good for him, good paycheck.
Wonderful.
He will face off Sangren, so has a good chance. Tennis Sangren. Next one was John Isner from the USA, 14C. Will move on and play against a tough opponent, Jan-Lennard Struff, who took out Casper Ruud today in 3 sets. Isner better watch out because I think Struff will get through to will win that match.
Yeah, tennis for myself. I know Carla and all of us here at 5K Tennis has no boundaries, no borders. May the best player win, regardless of where you are from. I only say that because I really do and truly hope Struff wins this match. No disrespect to John Isner or where we're from. I like this kid Struff. I like his attitude. I like his tenacity. I like his fight. I like his game. I do like Isner as well. Go Georgia and great job. Love you as a player. But I really like this kid Struff, and I want to see big things from him. Sorry.
Yeah. Marin Cilic, your number 22 seed, beats Martin Klizan, moves on. Also, Fernando Verdasco, the 32 seed, beats Tobias Kamke, and will face, a lot of you guys were asking, where's Hyen Chung? Well, there he is.
He's here.
He won his match against a young player, Ernesto Escobedo from the USA, so he will play Verdasco. We'll see. I want to see that match. I want to see how he's playing now. Nadal is currently playing Millman. That match, Nadal won the first set. They're on the second set.
All right, so that wraps up basically the first round, with the exception of the matches that are still ongoing now. And I think right now it's probably, about 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, somewhere in there.
Yes.
So there's still matches to go.
There's a lot of matches. We are waiting for Azarenka. Their match is delayed. Sabalenka, that match is delayed right now.
So we've got an electric second round set up. I really look forward to seeing the Swiatek match. I do want to see how this girl McNally does against Serena. I want to see how Svitolina does against Venus. I'd love to see that. So this is a good tournament so far. I think we've had some kind of ups and downs this year at the majors.
We had a lot of seats go out already, and this is like like we said before, the U.S. Open, the underdog always wants to win or always comes through, so the top seeds need to watch out.
A couple of matches, Borna Coric and Dimitrov. Borna Coric and Dimitrov is going to be a great match for sure. I love this kid, Ricardas Berankis. I had the chance to watch him in 2007.
You say this all the
but
time.
But I always, when I see him move forward, I wish the best for him.
He's not a kid anymore.
I get that, but I sat basically on his bench, and he's here for like 4 days during his matches, and he won that U.S. Open. So when I see him move forward, I'm proud of the kid. I know he's a man now, but he was a kid then. Mm-hmm. Good job, Berankis, just saying. All right, so we're going to end this show as usual with 12 rapid-fire questions. So how this works, we will ask 12 questions. Carla is never privy to what these questions are. I just write them and we roll. Carla, you answer them quick. Everyone, if you want to play along, just type them in as we go. And the beautiful part about downloading something on YouTube is when you type something, hit enter, when we look at it, it goes right back to the spot. I think you can finagle that a bit, but nonetheless, we have fun with it. All right, here we go. 12 rapid-fire questions straight off the top. Let's go. Here we go. The topic of the first question, or the idea behind the first question, is greater than or less than. So when I say this question, I will come out with a number, and you're going to say, okay, well, greater than or less than, okay?
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
You must say greater than or less than. Tomorrow, we will have to listen to or look at Patrick Mortagalou greater than or less than 8 times while we are watching any one in particular match on television coverage.
I say less than because Tsitsipas is out, so he'll be less on Serena. They don't show him as much.
It doesn't seem to matter if Georgie is playing whoever.
And he's always like this.
This guy always comes...
His chest is out, he's like this.
Well, sure, if she plays at the court and she plays outside the court, then we'll do good. And
she
we'll
likes to see
and we'll do fine.
Yes,
and yes, I put on my shades and, so we're watching the Georgie match, but we're talking about my player and how she will do. I think she will do fine. And, yes, and I think Tsitsipas is, he's doing good and he's learning the court and he's learning that court. Okay? Sick of this guy. Looks like a grease ball.
You should see his wife.
Will we have to see him greater than or less than 8 times tomorrow?
I say less than.
I say way more. I'm like 44 times.
Okay.
Question number 2. Some of the top women's players look vulnerable here in the first round of the U.S. Open. Will a new champion arise this year here in New York?
No.
Question number 3. 2 big serving Americans are into the second round here at the U.S. Open, men's side. John Isner and Riley Opelka. Who goes farther?
Opelka.
Who is better?
Opelka.
Question number 4. I got the mosquito truck outside. Question number 4. Joe Wilfred Tsonga busts out the silver hair.
Oh, I thought it was blonde.
Whatever. You showed the picture. It looks silver to me. I wear contacts, but that's
It
all
looks
good.
blonde.
Joe Wilfred Tsonga busts out the silver hair. Give me one word and only one word that first pops into your mind to describe your thoughts when you saw Joe Wilfred Tsonga's silver hair.
Tennis ball.
Odell Beckham.
Okay, no.
All right. Human tennis ball. I thought OBJ.
No.
All right. Question number 5. Is Maria Sharapova's lack... Now repeat that. Is Maria Sharapova... yeah, that one. Is Maria Sharapova's lack of performance since her return from suspension proof that she was enhanced by supplements?
I guess so. I don't know.
Yes or no? No, yeah.
I'll say no. When you're away from the game, it's tough to come back.
Suspect.
I don't know.
Question number 6. Is Garbine Muguruza a has-been?
No.
She can come back.
She can come back.
I agree. I think she's a great player.
She just needs to find some more tools.
She reminds me of Gabriella Sabatini. I have a lot of respect for both women. The best of luck moving forward, Muguruza. Question number 7. If you were in a science fiction movie, like Star Wars, whatever, Lord of the Rings, pick something, would you rather use the Force or Joe Wilfred Tsonga's head full of silver hair?
I'll use the Force. I'll get further.
Yeah.
Oh, the One Ring.
Yeah,
because I did love Lord of the Rings.
What about the movie Spaceballs, where they had the Schwartz? Use the Schwartz.
That was funny.
Shoot, I'd rather have the Schwartz and that silver hair. Dang, looks like his head was made of quartz. All right, question number 8. Question number 8. Is Arthur Ashe Stadium, that's the main stadium at the USTA Billie Jean King facility in New York. No, again, is the Central Stadium there, regardless of the name? Is the Central Stadium, Arthur Ashe Stadium, too big and overkill for what it's designed for?
It is overkill. I don't even know how those people up there see those players down there.
Speaking from 2 people that have been there and sat at the very top,
yeah, and it wasn't that big back in those days.
It's bigger.
Geez,
well, for me,
I remember my dad bought tickets and we were watching. I think it was Edberg playing. You could barely see him. You were like, huh? He was going against Pat Cash. We're like, what?
When we were stringing there in 07 and 08, we sat at the very top for the Djokovic-Federer final in 07. The next year, we sat even in the middle, but still kind of at the top of the middle for, I think it was Djokovic-Murray, if I remember correctly. And
well, they didn't have Arthur Ashe Stadium, did they? It wasn't.
Yeah, they did. They just
heck
yeah, they had the Arthur Ashe Stadium.
No,
they
back
just didn't
when
have
I saw it.
They didn't have the roof on it.
Gotcha.
Or the upper sections, but yeah, 07, 08, right there.
Not 07, 08. I'm talking about in the 90s.
Oh, well, maybe not then, but I think that was Armstrong at that point in time.
Armstrong.
But even the upper seats at the middle section, you really, it wasn't really the greatest experience. But the biggest finals I've ever been to there, and it's been a couple, the upper sections are always vacant and empty. I couldn't imagine a bigger theater for seating capacity than the U.S. Open final, and I've been to 2 of them, and the top sections are always completely
empty. Well, can you
empty.
blame people? You can't see anything. You're better off watching it on TV.
Maybe we should invest that money of that upper section in all the courts in this country that are just dilapidated and falling apart in inner cities, outer cities, rural areas. All of our tennis courts here are just ridiculous. Anyway, I think the upper level is ridiculous, and maybe we should kind of remove that, pawn that thing, and then put it back into some of our courts. All right, question number 9. Helena Ostapenko has moved into the second round of the U.S. Open. Will she make some noise this year?
No.
You think Risk will beat her?
Yes.
I got Ostapenko. Let's roll. Let's go. Question number 10. By the way, don't forget Ostapenko, I think, made a U.S. Open final. Or semifinal.
No, semifinal, a long time ago.
Question number 10. Choose one. To bet or not to bet. You must say, I would take the bet or I would not take the bet. All right? Novak Djokovic will indeed face Rafael Nadal in the men's final.
He will. It's a bet. Yeah.
It's a bet.
Yeah.
Question number 11. Choose one of the following people and don't think too much about it. Choose one of the following. Tsitsipas, Tiafoe, Zverev, De Minaur, Auger Aliassime, or Rublev.
Tiafoe. I mean, not Tiafoe. Tsitsipas.
That's about to say.
Tsitsipas.
Tsitsipas, I think so, even though he lost to Rublev today. Mm-hmm. Question number 12, and this is a really good question. After the nasty handshake today from Camila Giorgi when she got done being beaten, what was that all about?
I don't know.
When she got beaten by Maria Sakkari. After the nasty handshake, and I repeat, does Camila Giorgi deserve a special badge? But let me show you what the badge is. This is a badge I'm willing to donate to Camila Giorgi, okay? This is a high-level badge.
It's a good badge.
All right. Does, and I repeat, does. Can you see that clearly? Looks pretty good. Does Camila Giorgi deserve the one and the only asshole merit badge?
She does.
Man, I tell you what, after that handshake, Camila Giorgi,
she does.
You deserve the asshole merit badge. First time ever awarded. Take that in stride. All right, so Camila Giorgi is now the recipient of a badge we made, had made. I think this was given to me by my dad for some reason. Maybe I deserve the asshole merit badge at some point. But I was given this one, forwarding it to Camila Giorgi. Appreciate the handshake. All right, that's it, everyone. Thanks so much to all of you, our Players Box. Without you guys, there is no us. Thanks so much to Ivor Savage, YTEX Strings, and the entire team at YTEX for looking out for us for so many years and providing us with these, or at least a lot of the prizes for the prize giveaways. Again, we do the rackets and the shirts. They do the strings and the YTEX stuff. So thank you very much. We will see all of you tomorrow. Please subscribe to our channel. Again, it means a lot to us, and hopefully you do that, reciprocating from us to you, I guess. Anyway, thanks so much to all of you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you mañana. All right? First round's over. The show should get shorter from here. Thanks, guys.
Adios.